What is a psychological trick you know to really fuck with someone?
When disagreeing with someone, try replacing but with and. It is remarkably disarming, disconcerting when the person you're arguing with stops arguing with you and you don't realize it.
Wow, what a great thread for sociopaths.
Offer somebody gum but don't take a piece for yourself.
Immediately after they look at the time, ask them if they know what time it is. Chances are, they will have to look at the time again.
One time back in high school while working at a pizza place, we put a blanket on one of the manager's cars with a note under the windshield wiper that said, "Here's so you can sleep with the fishies." That was over 20 years ago. He still sometimes brings up the mistaken mafia death threat to this day.
Don't worry, you can hardly notice it.
If you've been in a space in close proximity to a stranger, elevator, library, etc., and neither of you have acknowledged each other or spoken, when you go to leave say, "It was nice to meet you." Then walk away.
Point out something that someone does all the time. One of my coworkers would leave the office at the end of the day and forget his headphones. So he'd leave the office and have to run in again to grab them. I told him I noticed he always forgot his headphones and how he's self-conscious about it and never forgets them anymore.
If you're eating with them, ask them a question as soon as they take a bite of food.
Adding "real quick" to the end of a request adds a sense of urgency that compels people to do whatever you tell them. Example, Derry, give me your wallet real quick, and before you know it, Derry hands you his wallet.
It's not really psychological, but let's say someone is 25 or 30 feet behind me while we're both walking down a hallway. There's a 90-degree corner coming up. I round the corner then run really quietly so I'm really far ahead of the person behind me, then I walk my normal speed again. When they round the corner, they're surprised to see how far away I am now compared to how normal I was walking.
Stare at their forehead while they are talking. It really freaks people out. Jim was onto something.
Tell someone you want to play rock, paper, scissors. As you're both getting ready to count down, compliment their shirt or something to throw them off and start counting down. Then, you pick rock. When you interrupt someone's concentration during the game, they automatically go to the most recent thing in their head, which will be scissors, rock, paper, scissors. It works every time until they realize you're fucking with them.
Silence. It's a very effective interview technique because as humans we are conditioned to break silences in conversations.
It's been proven that people will stand in a long queue, even if they have no idea what it is for. People do it all the time at festivals and things. Start a queue with your friends in front of a trash bin or something innocuous. Then everyone just casually walks away after a load of people not in on the joke join the end of the queue.
Look distractedly at their nose or some part of their face, then scratch or rub the corresponding part on your own face. They'll supposedly get confused and think they have something on them. This was from the book Mind Control, The Ancient Art of Psychological Warfare by the dubiously named Ha-Ha Lung. My emotionally unstable brother bought this book and I had to see what the hell he was actually reading. The author sounds like a nutcase through his writing.
Easiest way I know is when walking into an elevator, don't turn around and look at the door. Just stare at the wall in front of you after you hit your button. People get freaked out so easily because you aren't doing what normal people always do and it messes with their head trying to figure out what you are doing it for.
If somebody is talking and talking giving you no chance to say what you want to say, drop something very loud on the floor then begin to talk.
When you are talking to someone, if you interrupt them and say "walk with me" in a busy tone and start walking away, they will walk with you and continue the conversation without hesitation. You can lead them wherever you want really.
When you get into an elevator with other people, don't turn around to face the doors.
When talking to them, stare at their nose and when they ask why you're staring at their nose, tell them that you aren't.
I forget forget the exact study, but basically in an office setting you can tell anyone anything, and as long as it's on an official memo, anywhere between 60 to 80% will comply. I think in the study they had it as, take this memo to an isolated room, and most people just did it. Wild stuff.
If you're close-quartered with someone, you can intentionally choose one word out of the lexicon to mispronounce. Swear up and down that your way is the correct way, and the correct way is actually the wrong but popular version. After months of intentionally mispronouncing the word shrimp, my mother now says scrimp. It's been 2 years and I can't undo this hell.
If you want to really mess with someone, go up to them and ask them, hey, do you ever get that creepy déjà vu feeling? Then like a week later wear the same thing and ask them the same question. I've done this to so many people and their reactions are hilarious.
When meeting someone for the first time, say oh hello again and shake their hand, even if they go for like a high five. Transfer it into a handshake. They will not ask for your name or any information, they will just think that you definitely know them from somewhere and they just forgot.
You can classically condition someone to associate two things pretty easily. Say a particular phrase whenever a certain song comes on and eventually they'll associate the two, and always remember that phrase whenever they hear the song.
I worked with a friend who kept a 12-pack of Mountain Dew under his desk. For a while I'd sneak extra cans back into the box, not a lot and just enough that he was sure he drank more than the box would hold.
Friend that would casually eat a slice of American cheese while taking orders at a particularly rude table. Not say anything other than normally asking what they wanted to eat, bite of cheese. It would immediately make the guy trying to impress his date by being awful to the server totally docile because it was so awkward. My favorite is the slight lean and making a face like you're farting. I only use it to fuck with people, I don't actually fart. It'll derail any conversation.
If you want something from someone, like a favor, but you don't think they'll help, ask for more than what you want, knowing they'll say no, then ask for what you really want. They will be more inclined to help with the lesser favor.
Call them something they are wearing by choice, whatever you say, turtleneck, sure thing, pink shorts, yeah that'll work, cock ring.
Take a fake homework to school and ask them if they had done it.
Yawn, yawn, yawn.
With zero context, ask someone, who did they tell you that to, then just watch as pure confusion washes over their face. The sentence means literally nothing and it is fantastic.
Nursery rhymes, hum a few bars, stop, then start a few bars later and repeat. If you pick one person and one song for that person, it can be quite annoying, especially done over a few days or weeks. Had a group of engineer overseers, 3 of them to be exact, that I would always use 3 blind mice every time they got close. Took them about 4 months to finally say please stop.
While in a conversation with someone, just smoothly hand something over. They will automatically take it, and vice versa. If you take something from their hand, they will automatically hand it over.
Hand them trash in a conversation. Usually, if you reach out with something, the other person will take it, and if they're busy talking to you, they won't pay attention to what you're handing them. I do it sometimes for fun, and the expression I get when they finally look down and realize I just handed them my trash to take care of is great.
Especially in my teenage years, it freaked people out to not react angrily to their tries of bullying, insulting you. At some point I even agreed with them on certain topics that got them extremely confused. Edit typo.
Say, have a good day, and then follow it with something applicable only to them. Then watch them say, thanks you too, only to realize what they said doesn't make sense. I do this with Uber Eats drivers all the time. Have a great day, drive safe. Thanks, you too. Wait.
If you have access to their computer, take a screenshot of their desktop and set that screenshot as their new desktop image, then hide all the icons in a folder. They'll go nuts trying to click the images, but they're just part of the wallpaper.
Not really, how to fuck with someone, but if you're sitting on a bus or train and don't want someone sitting next to you, don't put your bag on the seat. Someone will ask you to move it so that they can sit down. Instead, as someone walks by, pat the empty seal whilst making direct eye contact with them and smiling. Works 9/10 times, but the one time it doesn't work, good luck. Edit, I know I put seal instead of seat, but I think it's funny so I refuse to change it.